Welcome to the another video of the basic electrical engineering. In this video we are going to learn about the working of induction motor with simultaneously the construction of induction motor. Here we discussed about the three-phase induction motor. In three-phase induction motor, as it named, so obviously it means three-phase supply is to be given. So what are the supply? R phase, Y phase and B phase, and they are displaced from each other by an angle of 120 degree. We can see this waveform over in the right hand side that R phase is starting from 0 degree, Y phase is after 120 degree and B phase is after 120 degree from Y phase. And they are time displaced. Remember, they are time displaced from each other by an angle of 120 degrees. So that is a time displaced by an angle of 120 degree from each other. But in time, that if R phase is 0, at that time Y phase is negative and B phase is positive. So that is why it is called time displaced from each other by an angle of 120 degree. Now coming to the construction part, the upper body of this, what you can see is the stator of the induction motor. The upper body part of the induction motor that you can see is the stator, and these are called the slots. It has been drawn intensely 6 number of slot because we will assume that the conductors are concentrated in one of the slots. So if R phase I am talking about, R phase, the starting of R phase in the here in the R, and its other side will be called R dash. So we can name this as R and the other side we can name it as R dash. If this is a conductor and you can have a cross-sectional view of this conductor, this is what the cross-sectional view, you can see it by a circle over here. And if the current is getting into the circle, into this conductor, it means it is having there's a cross over here. So we can represent the current getting in is the current getting into the screen, and we can say R is with a cross and dot. The other side will be a dot. Dot means this is the other side where the current is coming out of the screen, and when the current is coming out, it is represented as dot. We are not putting a name as a cross and dot right now because we will analyze it at different time, at time t0 and time t1. At time t0, what we can see that the R is having a magnitude 0 value. So if it is a 0 value, so there is neither cross neither dot. At that particular time, the Y is having a negative value. So when we have a Y is a negative value, so first we will have a dot, then we have a cross, because we have taken an assumption that the positive means first cross then dot. So if Y is negative, so where is the Y conductor? Y conductor is displaced from R phase exactly at 120 degree in space. So in space, the Y conductor is displaced from R phase by an angle of 120 degree, and we can represent it by two circle Y and Y dash. And why it is negative? Because there is a magnitude is negative, so it is a dot first and then there is a cross. Similarly for the B phase is positive. So B phase is positive means it has a cross and dot. So B phase is here, B and B dash, so it has a first cross then dot. So what we can observe from this cross and dots is that on the upper part we have all the cross and the lower part we have all the dots. If we find the resultant right hand thumb rule if we use, or the resultant flux if we formulate, so we will get the direction of the flux. So here if there is a cross is there and here there is a big dot is there, we assume like this, and use the Fleming's right hand thumb rule, the lines of force here will be clockwise. On the top, when there is a cross, it will be clockwise. If there is a dot, it will be anti-clockwise. You put your thumb out of the screen, your fingers will wrap anti-clockwise. Similarly, you put your thumb inside the screen, your fingers will wrap right hand, I'm talking about right hand, the fingers will be in a anti-clockwise, in the clockwise. So resultant, the flux is going from the right side to the left hand side. From like, it is like from, this is the right hand side to left hand side, the flux is moving. So we can assume like this side is a north pole, like this is a north pole, and from the north pole the flux is going towards the south pole. This can be assumed at what moment? At the instant at t equals to 0. So at that particular time t equals to 0, my north pole is in the x-axis, and let me say it can be in the x-axis like this. So let me erase the other part. So now we got here at the instant of t equals to 0, my north pole is in this direction. At time t1, let us take another instant at time t1. What will be the R phase? The R phase is the positive and it is cross and dot. Y phase at the time is negative, obviously it is dot and cross. And B phase at the time t1 is negative, obviously B phase will be dot and cross. So if we put this logic in the RYB, so R will be cross and dot, Y will be dot and cross, so it is there dot and cross, and B will be dot and cross. So B here will be no longer like this. B will be dot and cross. So what is the logic you get here is, in this entire, this side, you get a cross, and this side you get a dot. Use the right hand thumb rule, and thumb is getting into the screen, you will get a clockwise direction of rotation, and here it is upward and it's clockwise. And in the dot, the thumb is coming out of the screen, and here you will get anti-clockwise rotation. So if you got like this, your north pole is supposed to be here. This is like creating a virtual north pole over here and virtual south pole over there on the top, like north to south pole. So in this way you can have a visualization that, let me erase this part, you can have a visualization here that the north pole has been shifted from positive x-axis to negative y-axis. It has rotated by an angle of 90 degree. So that means if you give a three-phase supply to the stator winding, and this is a three-phase supply you will give to the stator winding, you connect the R phase here to the R phase, let us say R, and Y phase you will give Y, and B phase you will give it here from here B. So you will, if you give RYB, three-phase supply to the stator winding, at time t0, the north pole will be in the positive x, time t1 it will be in the negative y. Similarly, if you have one rotation of R phase in one cycle, this is one cycle is the time period, and one cycle, this north pole will also make a complete 360 degree rotation. That means at time t0 and subsequently if you take a different instant of time, the position of this north pole is changing and it is making a circular direction like this. To realize it, not to tell all those things, that's why if we to simplify, we are just saying that when we give a three-phase supply to the induction motor, it will create a rotating flux, and the flux is rotated in this circular fashion, and it is rotated inside the induction motor. So in one line we are saying that when we give a three-phase supply, it creates a rotating flux which rotate in the clockwise direction following the R, Y and B phase. And what is the speed of rotation? The speed of rotation depends on the frequency of the input supply. That means for time period T, during the time T, for one cycle, it will make one rotation possible. So we can have a formula that speed of this flux can be given as Ns is equal to, which is depending on the frequency, divided by P by 2. So this means that if the frequency of this is 50 Hz, it will make a 50 divided by P by 2, because it is virtually creating a pole north and south. So number of poles will be north and the two number of poles. So 2 by 2 is 1. So it will be 50. So Ns is the speed, the number of cycles, number of revolution it will do in 1 second. So revolution per second is given by 50. So if we find Ns, capital Ns, revolution per minute, obviously 60 is multiplied with the entire term, and this will be 120 F by P. So the formula of Ns will be 120 F by P, and here F is the frequency of the supply. So if the supply frequency will increase, it will increase the speed of the flux. So if the supply frequency will decrease, obviously it will decrease the speed of the flux. And the magnitude of this flux, magnitude means the strength of this flux, depends on the amplitude or the value of the input voltage. So that's what we can write in a single line, that when we give a three-phase supply to the stator of the induction motor, it will create a revolving flux that rotate at a speed given by 120 F by P, that is revolution per minute, RPM. And we call it as synchronous speed. We call it synchronous speed because this speed is fixed and it depends on Phis, or because the speed depends on the supply. In the next video, we will have the construction of rotor, and we will tell you that because of this flux, how EMF is induced in the induction motor.